making this video more for myself than I am for other people because I really need to learn how to budget here, folks. Today we are going to be talking about how to budget for raves, how to budget for shows. If you are a person like me who goes to shows a lot, I'm not even going like a lot anymore. I'm probably going to like once a month, guys, like maybe a little bit more than that. It depends on the month. It's a part of my regular spending, right? Like I save a part of my paycheck to go to shows. I allocate money for it. That's just the reality of it is the lifestyle that we chose. And we're paying the price. I thought I would help you guys out and just give you a breakdown of how I personally save for shows, how I budget it, typically what I spend. If you're new to raving or if you're like just starting to get into this scene, I think this might be helpful for you. And I'm not perfect. Like, you know, this is on average what I typically spend as a girl who lives in New Jersey, who typically goes to shows in Manhattan and Brooklyn. This is what I spend on average for a concert. If you guys are interested in seeing that, we'll get right into it. But before we get started, please feel free to subscribe so you guys don't miss out on any new videos coming out. And all my social media will be here if you want to follow along with me. Let's do this. Let's do the breakdown. I'm gonna base this off of like typically what I spend on a show. Like right now, the next thing I have coming up is Seven Lions tour with Jason Ross. And then after that, I have Surez D and Adam Beyer. It's gonna be unreal. What do I have? I'm trying to get tickets to Millennium. Anyway, so this is my breakdown of how I allocate my money and what I typically spend. All in all, I usually budget around like $150 a month for shows, or like, again, this is what I calculated based on one show, but it's probably pretty typical. I'm gonna break this down for you guys, and then I'm gonna give you tips along the way of like how you can save money, because obviously like I'm trying to save coin where I can. First up is your ticket purchase. Number one tip, obviously get on those pre-sale codes if you can. Follow the artists on social media, get on their email lists. I always am really good at like getting the first tier because A, I either get emails or notifications about it and I get the pre-sale code, and B, I always put an alarm in my phone so that I'm like the first person on the dot. If it's 10 a.m., I am there at 10 a.m. buying that first tier, and usually it works for me. So yeah, get on emails, get the pre-sale codes, and set up notifications for yourself so you can get the first tier. For me, and like I said, I'm buying tickets to shows in the New York, Brooklyn area. If I get first tier with taxes, it's probably like $40 to $55, and it depends. Sometimes it's less, sometimes it's 30 or 35. It depends on the venue. I'm gonna go and say like $40 to $50 on a ticket when it's first tier. Transportation. This is the largest chunk of this video for me. It's probably not for you if you don't live in the tri-state area, but transportation to these shows sucks. I just recently moved. My apartment is like empty right now, so if the sound isn't the best, it's probably because I'm echoing like crazy. I moved further from the city. I was closer, so it was easier and it was less expensive. Now it will probably be more expensive. Seven Lions will be my first show that I will be going to from this apartment. It's probably the biggest cost for me besides the ticket. I typically Uber. An Uber from where I am now is probably gonna be an hour, which, let's see, for Seven Lions, let's calculate it, guys. Let's do an Uber estimate. Uberestimate.com. If you guys don't know about that life, that's how I live. If I were to take an Uber X right now from where I am to the Knockdown Center where Seven Lions show is, it would cost me $73 to $88 for one way. Which is a lot of money. Yeah, that's a lot. It's a lot of money. Ubers are a lot of money. That's where it pretty much goes. But typically I would say I'm gonna spend $30 to $50 on an Uber in total because I'm normally going with a bigger group. I can also take a train, public transportation, but it would probably take me like 2 hours to get to the festival, and I would have to take like a train and then a subway and then another train. So Uber is the most direct way. I could also drive. Again, lowering cost options if you're in this area, go with bigger groups. If you go with a bigger group, you're gonna be splitting the money. Drive, rotate friends being the designated driver. I know it sucks and sometimes you want to drink and go out and have fun, that's fine, but if you can get a designated driver, you're chopping like so much off your budget right there. You could also do like public transportation one way and then Uber home. I've done that where I've like taken the train because it'll only be $10 and then I'll Uber home because it'll be a little bit more and even it out that way. Depends on your show. Figure out which way you can save money and what works the best for you, but I typically would budget anywhere from $30 to $50 for transportation. And then lastly, food and drinks. I like to pregame, so money saving tip, pregame. We like to do a really big pregame so that we can save money on alcohol so that when I go, I don't need that much anyway, but when I go I can only have like 2 drinks, maybe 3 drinks, but I try and cut down on that. Waters are gonna cost you money. Most places charge you for water, which suck. You're gonna be drinking water if you're smart. And anywhere in Manhattan, drinks like alcoholic beverages could be $12 to like $16, which is ridiculous, but it's probably more like 12 to 14. Budget like $40 to $50 for drinks and water. Then I'll try and take like shots or drink beer when I get to it, because like a beer might only be like $8 versus $14. So, you know, try and save where I can. For me, for 7 Lions, the ticket with fees was $44. The Uber, like I said, was like 76 to 91. So the average, we're gonna say, is $84. I'm going with 4 people. It's $20 each way. So $40 for my Uber, $44 for the ticket. Let's say I have 3 drinks, like 2 waters, 3 drinks, they're $12 each, 36 bucks. Say I get 2 waters, 10 bucks. My drinks are 46. 44, 40, and 46. I'm looking at about $130 for the 7 Lions show in total. That is what I typically budget for a show. Those are the things that I would highly recommend to you guys. Get those pre-sale codes, get your tickets early, really try and work on your transportation. Like for me, that's gonna kill it. Try and save on food and drinks where you can. Eat beforehand, pre-game beforehand. Bring a road beer if you need, if you're like allowed to get away with that. I don't know, am I not allowed to suggest that? Anyway, I hope you guys liked this video and you guys found it helpful. I'm more than happy to do more videos like this. Leave me a comment below with what shows you guys have coming up. I'm very curious to hear. There's a lot of people on tour right now and really exciting shows coming up. So hope you guys have some fun stuff planned. I will see you in the next video. Bye guys.